Okay, so part two. As I was saying, I was just showing this little orifice. Oh god, hopefully I don't lose it. Okay, I did not. Okay, so that little guy there, as I said, you have to be very careful when doing this, but I just have a torch tip file kit. Now, you start off smaller and work your way up till you just aren't making resistance there, and you can just kind of file in and out. And if you have debris in there, that'll help to unclog any little bits, at least what I found. But again, you have to be very, very careful with that because this is brass and that will mar easily. You do want to blow it out real good, make sure there's no filings in there as well. Now I guess I should warn, I don't know that if that's 100% correct, it's just something that I've done for several years and have not had an issue with. I'm sure there may be comments about that, but it is what it is. And so, just drop that guy back in there. We will thread him back in, if I can. There we go. Just keep that a little snug. Okay. We're good there. Back to the bottom. Now, this one here, sorry, off camera again. This, I may have to use two hands, so just 1 second please. Okay, we're back. I just had to get that out. That was actually in there quite tight. A lot worse than the top one. So hopefully there's no issues with it. Just get it down this point. Actually just undo that by fingers. And there's the old orifice. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's in bad shape, but because a new one comes in the kit, I'm going to replace it. Old gasket, new orifice, new gasket. Oh, I guess while I'm at it, I might as well give this one a little quick blowout. Just make sure. There. Okay, good. All the cruds are out. Go back, this way it has the new orangish gasket on there. Let's just put that on there. Now, by the way, for reference, this particular model, I use the Sierra carb kit, and I have to say, it actually looks pretty good. No complaints as far as the quality, it all looks decent. Screw that guy back on there. Snug it up. Okay, sorry, had to snug it a bit, so we're good there. Now, let's see. Next piece. Yes, the pin here. I'm actually going to assemble this real quick because I got to use two hands, and then I will be right back and I can continue to show you how that sits on. Okay, so now that is on. So I can get it to focus here. And you can see there's that little S clevis that, come on, focus. There, kind of, sort of. That just kind of hooks around there, and you actually have to pinch those two bits of wire together in order for it to stay on there, kind of clasps on. And just kind of a, loose fit on there, but that, once you squeeze those two little wires together, it kind of holds it in place and allows it to free spin effectively too. So the other part is just basically hanging it on the bowl here. Hold on 1 second, I'll put that on and be right back. Okay, so that's all that does. Come on, focus. There we go. Just kind of dangles there. Something like that. And that basically is just free floating, so when you do put this in place, see if we can give it a shot, that just sets in there. Just like so. And those go, sorry, off camera again. That just goes in there, and I'll put the pin in here in a second. Now the one difference actually that is kind of nice in a sense is the new pin that comes with it has a knurled end that is slightly larger. Now that actually gives a friction fit into the one side whereas the old one was just basically a T, and it was a real loose fit, and I don't know how big a deal it really was. I didn't have any issues with this popping out, but this will actually give you a little better seat, and what you want to do is leave a little bit of this out of the end, so that way the person knows that if it has to be taken apart again later, what end comes out. That way you punch it back out that way. And I did actually have to remove the one earlier, and I just happen to have a punch set. Yes, I know, the real fancy Harbor Freight Pittsburgh set, but it's functional. It's a 3/30 seconds diameter that will fit inside there if you have to get it back out, whatever, you know, you might need help with. So 1 second, I will put that in and I'll come back and show you. Okay, so there it is installed. Like I said, you leave a little bit hanging out, that way the person knows in the future if it has to come out, which way it'll be come out of. You know, that is in there enough. It's caught enough in there, it pounded in a little bit, and now it's kind of in place. And that the spring just kind of free floats there, just kind of centers itself. Now the one thing that they say in the nice little manual they give you down here in the bottom, basically in the upside down in the lower position, such as that, it should be parallel. Now you can see there's just a little bit of a taper there, so I'm going to have to bend that up just a little bit. And then in reverse of that, the upside down portion, when it's like thus, the space between the carburetor body and the float on the outer perimeter should be about 3/4 of an inch, at least on this particular model. Now I'll measure those quickly and be back in a moment. Okay, now like I said, this has to be about 3/4 of an inch down on the outer portion there, which what you do if you need to go in and out is bend that little tiny tab there. Let's see, point it out a little better. That little tab right there. So you can bend that in and out as needed, and that will give you your downward play, and then bending, you know, right about in here somewhere will give you your level portion, which it's not bad. I might tweak it just a little bit more, but that's about right. So anyways, and on to the final basic assembly. One thing I do want to remind here myself of is that guy there. I did the same thing on the last one. This is just the gasket that goes down in there. I'm just going to push that and walk it down. And when you put the bottom of the bowl on, it'll seat itself. There's it. That guy right there will help push that up in place. So that's about it for that portion. Let's see, this guy goes on here, the new gasket, old gasket over there. Just reminding myself to make sure I'm doing the proper parts. New gasket for the bottom of the bowl drain, which is right here. And I will come back in just a second and show you. Once everything is on, that goes on there, and I believe that was a 7/16 nut, or obviously flathead will work as well. So, let's see, that goes on just like that, somewhere like that. Come on. Are you going to play nice? No, I guess I'm going to have to use two hands, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I put the bottom of that on, basically with just the gasket and the 4 screws. So that actually concludes that portion of it, and obviously this is mine getting close to 10 minutes, so my thing is complaining to me. I will hopefully just wrap this up, put them back on, and be good to go. Thanks for watching.